I'm Sarah, and I did beginner belly dance. The first thing we went over was posture, which was feet are going to be directly underneath your hips, about a fist width apart. Your knees are going to be slightly bent. How much I bend mine. You're going to engage your lower abs so that your pelvis is tucked slightly up. Untucked versus tucked. You're going to lift your rib cage off of your torso, not all the way up, but enough just to a fairly decent sized breath. And then relax. You're going to have your shoulders roll down your back so it opens up your chest. Your neck's going to be tall. The first thing we did was hip slides, which was grounding your knees, pulling the string from your hip to one side and back, to the other, and then back. We then went forward and back with it. So we pulled forward with our weight to our toes and back with our weight to our heels. And from that we went into a hip circle. So we went side, forward to the front, side to the back, and we smoothed it out. Remembering to keep our hips as level as we could. We then did the same with the ribs. The ribs I defined from the bottom of my diaphragm to right underneath where my collarbone is. You then took your imaginary strings from the middle of those, and you pulled to the side, center, to the side, and center. Again, forward and back. We went forward, and then slightly back, and then side, front, side, back, and then we smoothed that out as well. We went over hip lifts. We had our knees bent for this, for the most part, more than usual. We then straightened one leg, which made our hip go up, and we squeezed that glute at the same time. So together, it made a sharp lift. The other side, sharp lift. We did then that faster. And then for our shimmies, we had just the hip-driven shimmy, which was just that, very fast. And then we had the leg-driven shimmy, which was our knees going from very bent to not as bent, but not locked out, as fast as we could, which made our hips go up and down. We then went over snake arms. The snake arms we went over were mostly driven from our shoulders, so we had shoulder rolls to go into that. We went shoulder roll, elbow was coming back, and the wrist was coming up and down. So shoulder, elbow, and wrist. We made sure our arms were nice and long out to the sides when we did this. And then we had arm placements. We placed with our palms towards our hips, with our palms towards the ground. We had shoulder level. We bent our elbows a little bit and placed them to the back. We then placed one to the front. You could go all the way up with your hands in, with your hands out. We had our elbows mostly straight. We then bent them. We bent them more. And then we play with diagonals and switching up the different ones, combining different levels of different arms. And that was our class.